Welcome back to Pittman's Breakdown. We told y'all we'd be back soon with about 2 videos a week, and here we are again.
We're back, baby.
It's Titans game day.
Come on.
Monday Night Football.
Game day, baby.
That's big. All right, we got the Steelers playing first, then we're going to watch our Titans go ahead and take a dub out of Mile High City. We'll get right into it this week, honestly. We have a Q&A. We're going to do a Q&A video, just kind of like the one me and my brother did. Back a while ago, we have John Hill's girlfriend who actually wrote all these questions for us. So shout out Dylan.
Shout out Dylan. We'll leave her Instagram link in the bio if y'all want to follow her. We'll leave that in the bio. But she did a great job coming up with these questions, so shout out.
Her first question was, what are your locks of the week? It has to be done.
I mean, that's the best question. I mean, it's easy.
And we can honestly just turn the video off right after this.
Correct.
But we wouldn't do that to y'all. We know y'all want to hear what we have to say, so we'll do that for the fans. But go ahead and give your first lock.
So, as you guys know, my lock last week, I mean, it's so easy. I'm praying that you guys trailed me and took my Chiefs -9.5. Like I said, alternate line could have gone up to 14. I mean, it's here. It's here for you. The money is here for the taking. All you got to do is just take it. That's all you got to do. But I'm going to go a little earlier this week with my lock. I'm going to go right to tonight, right to Monday night, with Steelers -6. Okay, controversial pick here. However, I think Big Ben, he's got his horses back. He's got his horses ready. James Conner, Juju. Lots of studs on the outside. Best defense in football, in my opinion. So I'm going to take the Steel Curtain -6.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with, I still have my pick for the Titans from last week is going to happen tonight. But just for a little extra fun for y'all this week, if y'all want to ride with me, I did a little Steelers money line and Titans money line parlay. So y'all can hop on that train. We can ride and get rich together. We can all get rich. It's not that hard. We don't all have to be poor. Other than that, that's about it. All I got for my lock. The next question is, what are each other's best and worst qualities? She wants us to answer them for each other.
So like I say your best.
Yeah.
Okay.
She said. Yeah. She said you answer. You say me and then I'll say you.
Okay, so we'll start with best.
Yeah.
For Holden, I'm gonna say Holden's best quality is he rallies the troops. He gets the guys amped. You know, that switch never turns off. You never have to flip that switch because he's always there, getting the boys ready, getting the boys hyped. I mean, he fired me up this morning, woke me up this morning. Screaming, it is game day. Fired me up, got me ready to go. That's Holden's best quality.
I'm going to go for John Hill's best quality. This might be coming from his young years as a QB. But this man's pretty composed at all points and times. He rarely ever sees something that this man is not – this man's worried about per se in a sense that he keeps a cool head. Even if he might be worried about it, I'm one of few people that know that there's something probably going up.
No, that's fair.
So that's honestly a really good trait to have. People can't get inside your head. So that's probably one of his best qualities.
For worst, honestly, I think that's pretty easy. I'm going to say Holden's worst quality is he can at times tend to be a little bit too hard on himself to a point where it becomes a problem, where he becomes a liability. For example, we are in a men's softball league, and slow pitch softball, and he made an error at practice, not a game, mind you, but practice. And right after his error, he started punching the ground as if it was Game 7 of the NBA Finals. So would not recommend to do that. So that's what we're going to work on.
Yeah, I'm just a big practice how you play type of guy, but I understand. I get it. We'll be all right. Your worst quality, I would say it kind of goes against his best quality. But like, there'd be some times I would definitely want to see John Hill get a little angry. Like, I don't know. Maybe like just one day, just kind of snap.
Flip the switch a little bit.
Maybe flip that switch on. Get a little angry. Maybe push yourself. You know.
That's fair.
but that also can lead you down a bad path when it comes to not being composed as well. So it's a good balance to have, but we'll get right into the next question. Biggest fear. So
Okay.
are we gonna let's make it like real-ish, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like sharks, but like the ocean could be one or something.
So that's actually, I would say the ocean is probably a tie. I have a tie between two. Okay. My two that I have a tie between are heights and the ocean. Okay, guys, I cannot explain to you the problems I have with heights. And the thing about it is it's not even when I'm at the top of a building or something and I'm looking down. But if I'm walking down the street and I see a tall building, that terrifies me just as much as looking down. Okay, it's looking up is the exact same to me as looking down. So I would say heights easily tied with, and ocean pretty self-explanatory. I mean, we don't even know what all is down there. A lot of it is undiscovered.
A lot of things that can kill you.
A lot of things that can kill you down there. I don't even want to get into it because I just have
won't sleep
shivers.
tonight.
I got goosebumps. So
I would say for me, I don't know, this one might sound bad, but I would say for me is like not being in control, but I'll explain that a little better. Like I'm not a control freak, but like in situations that I don't have control over the impact of the outcome, like if I can't benefit to a certain side of like how the outcome's gonna play, I feel like that is one of my biggest fears. Like I've always wanted like, help. Like either way, like good or bad, like I want to be able to contribute.
So like if somebody's getting beat up and you cannot because somebody's holding you a gun,
it's like
you can't go.
What am I supposed to do? Like that is my biggest fear. Like if there's nothing I can do, then like what's the reasoning for me being here? So that kind of goes off my biggest fear. What would be your perfect day?
Wow.
Just in general.
Okay, my perfect day. I think I would start off with the actual day that it would be for my perfect day, and that would be a Sunday. Okay,
all right.
Pretty obvious why. I mean, come on,
tighten up.
I mean, I would want to wake up around 11 in the morning to see a Titans game starting at noon. The Titans would win said game, and then for the rest of the day, I don't have any worry at all because I have stress about that game for the whole week, and my stress is now gone. My stress is relieved because the Titans won, and that makes my entire week. So that makes my entire week better. So that would be my perfect day.
All right, I would say Saturday.
Okay.
Waking up around 10.
Okay.
I would say 10 o'clock in the morning. LSU's playing a night game in Death Valley, obviously.
Rivalry game or easy game?
Rivalry game.
So you want the stress?
I like the stress. I like it builds up for either a great night or a bad night. And either way, I love taking that risk. That's what we do.
Right.
But wake up around 10, get my coffee in my system, maybe some eggs or something light. Then make my locks of the day. Go get my picks out there. Watch football basically all day with the boys, whoever's there. And then after that, wash my tires, go to war, win, and I'll go to sleep happy that night.
Yeah.
That's basically it. It's a pretty simple day.
Pretty simple men here. That's all. I mean, that's all it takes, really.
Next question would be, where do you want to be 10 years from now?
In terms of like where I status or where I live?
We'll go. Well, it doesn't really clarify. We'll go live.
Okay.
Status in a sense with like not worrying about money at that time.
Okay.
So when you're 30 years old, basically, because we're about 20.
Right. So when I'm 30 years old, 10 years from now, I will have wanted to have worked a couple jobs. Get my feet wet. Know what it's like to have a job, have responsibility. But come 30 years old, I would want to be in the job that's going to set me for the rest of my life. Okay? So my final job, per se.
Yeah.
Okay? I would want to be living in Nashville where I could have season tickets to see the Titans play. That's an automatic. That's where I would want to be. But yeah, I mean, my final job that is just going to set me, get me good.
I mean, I feel like by 30 you want to have everything figured out at least. Hopefully we have it figured out before then. But I would like to live outside of Nashville for a few years post college, kind of experience a different life a little bit. But at the end of the day, I want to move back to Nashville and raise a family there. So by 30, I hopefully wife and kids are in the picture at that point, and then maybe a Titans box or a Preds box.
We'll go in on that.
Yeah, we'll get some games to watch occasionally. But honestly, it's pretty simple. That's where I want to be. I want to have, like John Hill said, I want to be done with my worrying for jobs, worrying about money. By at that point, I know where my future is going to take me. My final resting place will be Nashville, Tennessee. Other than that, it's pretty simple. If you were arrested, what would you think it was for the other? Okay, so I think it means, so if I get arrested, you get a phone call from me, and I said I'm in the clinic, bail me out of jail.
What would
without telling you what it is, like if you had someone's like, what happened, you'd be like, well, if I had to guess, this is what happened.
Oh, okay. So for you, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it would probably have to do with his stubborn approach that he has on life, where he believes that if he is morally correct about something, then that is the correct way of doing that specific thing in comparison to the actual legal way that thing should be done. So I believe that he would have done something that was probably illegal, but he thought that it was morally allowed. So he would be explaining something to a police officer, and they would get in a heated argument, and a scuffle would most likely occur, and I believe he would be arrested for assault of a police officer after that said scuffle.
Yeah. I mean, if it's morally right, it's fine, right? Like, I don't know. If I think it's morally right, like,
legally, no, it is not fine.
Yeah, but like morally, it's okay. I've got a good head on my shoulder. Whatever.
Okay.
For you, I would say a bad beat out in public. So what I mean by that is like a bad day, like a bad loss on a bet, or just a bad day finally in public. And John Hill is not here, and I'm not with him. I've seen everyone gets upset at times.
Yeah.
It happens. I would not be surprised if I got a phone call and it was just John Hill had lost a bad bet and I had to go bail him out.
Yeah.
Not be surprised at all.
That's fair.
If you had to eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? Let's do 3-course.
So 3-course food.
App or like a side salad,
appetizer,
entree.
We'll
do that.
For me, it's pretty easy. I had this meal maybe last week, actually. For me, it's actually pretty easy. I'm going to say for my appetizer, I'm going to go with the trio dip, okay? Let me explain this a little bit. You got your queso, you got your guac, and you got your salsa, okay? First of all, those three things never get old. Second of all, I could focus on each dip each different day. So then I wouldn't get tired of one dip each time I had that appetizer, because that's all I'm eating for the rest of my life. After that, I had, which is what I would choose, spaghetti with some meat sauce. I had a side of Caesar salad with that and some garlic bread. I'm never saying no. Never saying no to that. Nothing wrong with that. And then to finish it off, give me a skillet cookie. Give me a skillet cookie with a little bit of ice cream on top. Chocolate chip skillet cookie.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing.
You're a big cookie guy.
Big cookie. I love cookies. So put that thing in a skillet. You can't beat that.
Send them our way.
Send them our way. Cookies. Feel free.
I would say I would start off with probably a side salad, maybe a little chicken on there.
Caesar,
not too much. Yeah,
Caesar. Or house salad.
Caesar. I'm a Caesar guy. And then we'll stick kind of that theme. Maybe it'd be like basically a CPK, but like a better pizza.
Okay.
But like kind of that theme. Mm-hmm. And then so I do just a good like. I would go ham, extra cheese, pepperoni.
So meat lovers pizza.
Kind of, yeah.
No salsa.
No salsa.
Okay.
And then I would go with I would honestly go with CPK's butter cake like thing with like ice cream on it. It's pretty solid. Probably actually really unhealthy for you, but I mean it's good. That's my perfect meal, honestly.
Nothing wrong with that. We're big Italian fans, so if y'all know any local Italian places, let us know.
We'll check them out. We'll do some reviews or something for you. Would you rather have no one at your wedding or no one at your funeral? I don't think we're going to be the same on this one.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. Okay, so for me, I think this is pretty easy, actually. I would much rather have people at my wedding because I think that obviously I would know that they're there, so that would mean a lot more to me having known that they were at my wedding compared to at my funeral. I would not even know if they were there or not. So I feel like at my wedding, it's a big party, you know. At my funeral, I wouldn't really want that. I wouldn't know if they were there or not, so I don't really think that's as big of a deal as my wedding.
Yeah. No.
Do not agree.
No.
Does not agree. Okay.
I would rather have just me, my wife, and obviously you have to have a pastor to marry you.
Yes.
Or a captain.
Or a captain. You can do it on a ship.
Side note, I would love to be married by Captain Jack Sparrow. Like, he marries me and my wife.
Wow.
That would be a fun time.
So the real Captain Jack Sparrow, because he's a real
Like,
person.
Brad Pitt, but, like, he's acting as...
Johnny Depp, not Brad Pitt.
Yeah, you know what I meant. That's a bad one. We'll figure that one out. But side note's over. I would rather have people at my funeral than my wedding because I don't like. It's really just be about me and my wife, and then like we can. I mean, and it's about merging families, but like mainly just about me and my wife. So I would say for my funeral, they're celebrating my life. Everyone's there. If no one shows up to my funeral, did I really do any good in life? No. So that's my logic behind that.
You wouldn't know if they were there or not.
I wouldn't, but the whole world knows.
Okay.
Because I want my funeral to be kind of like a laid back, kick back.
Okay.
But I just that's my reasoning behind it.
Okay.
If you could have dinner with one dead person and a live person, who would it be? I know my dad.
So one dead person, one alive person.
Yeah. I'll go with my dad first.
Okay.
I would love to have dinner with Chris Kyle. I think, like, and obviously in this scenario, all the things that he has done are allowed to be told to me, so I can hear the stories of what he did, and just like kind of what went on with his life. I mean, he's an incredible man, a hero, and I would just love to, not pick his brain, but get to understand a lot more and just hear him. I'm sure he's got some wise things to say and some stories to tell. So,
okay. I think for my dad, I would have to say Jesse Owens.
Okay, that's a good pick.
I'm going to say Jesse Owens because imagine what's going through his head as an African-American track star going up against 5 German runners in Germany.
Nazis.
Correct.
Yeah.
In Germany.
Yeah.
Hitler was watching. He was there.
No.
And just beating the crap out of them. Dominating them. I would just want to know.
That adrenaline rush you had?
I cannot even explain to you how unbelievable that could have been, and I would just want to hear.
I actually just got chills
about that. I mean, that's unbelievable.
Dude, I'd break out the biggest USA chant.
Oh my gosh.
And just let Hitler have it, dude. I'd be on Hitler. Just letting him have it.
Now alive. I've got my alive if you want me to go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead.
I mean, my alive, my favorite athlete of all time, Tiger Woods. I mean, this guy, the composure that this guy has, I mean, he's got to be one of the more liked athletes, I think, of all time.
Yeah.
I mean, every single, I don't think there's a single, there's obviously a few, but I don't think there are many golf fans out there who do not like Tiger Woods. Straight up. And I would want to know how it feels to have that much weight on your shoulders and continue to produce. He continues to win tournaments.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unbelievable. So I would want to know all about that.
I mean, it's Tiger.
Yeah, I mean, it's Tiger.
You're drinking Tigerade, though.
Correct.
Okay, Tigerade, we'll be drinking there.
Gatorade, if you're watching this, please bring it back. We miss it, so.
We do miss it. I would go kind of similar to that. I would pick Coach O. Y'all know, I'm a big LSU fan. And, I mean, that man would be fun to talk to. Mm-hmm. And we'd be eating crawfish, some great Cajun food. Like
he's going to treat you well.
Yeah. It'll be, and maybe Joe Burrow walks in. That would be a complete dinner right there. But that's really it for me for that one. Describe each other in 3 words.
So, like, a sentence like you are cool?
Let's just do 3 words.
Like 3 different words.
Yeah, let's just go word for word.
Okay.
For you, I would say first one would probably be frustrating. You can be frustrating at times. You do tend to frustrate me quite often.
Appreciate
that. But that's what happens.
Okay. First word for Holden. This is kind of like two separate words, but we'll call it one because it's got a little hyphen.
It's like the same meaning basically.
I'm gonna say hot-headed. Hothead.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't know if that's one word.
We'll make it. I understand what you're saying.
Hothead. Holden tends to get upset at unnecessary things that happen, and then turn into a liability because of that. So we'll continue.
I would say as well. I would say he knows what he wants to do. You know, he's pretty straightforward. He gets his stuff done. That's not a word though.
He gets his stuff done like
efficient.
Efficient. Okay.
I would say you're pretty efficient.
I appreciate that. Second word. I'm gonna say stubborn. Holden is probably the most stubborn guy you'll ever meet. Rarely will he admit, if ever, that he's incorrect about anything. I alluded to that with the police officer example that I gave, that I would assume would happen if he were to have a run-in with the law that he believes to be morally correct. He would try to convince the officer that it was correct for him to do. So he's a pretty stubborn guy.
Last one, I would say honestly, I would just say a Titan.
Yeah.
Like, at the end of the day, I might be alright, but we're just Titans.
Tighten up. I mean, that's easy.
I think that's just at the end of the day, we're both Titans.
We're both Titans. I mean, it runs in our blood. I mean, if I
bleed two-tone, by the way.
If I had a cut right here, it would be blue.
Yeah, we bleed two-tone blue. Doctors have asked me about it often, and I just tell them it's been here since birth. I can't help it. But other than that, the last question, most embarrassing moment. But I'm gonna say she didn't say this, but I'm gonna say let's keep this PG-13 to R-ish, like okay. not like in between.
It's a family show.
It's a family.
Okay.
Okay. Because I definitely reading that I had a few pop into my head.
Most embarrassing moment for you?
Yeah.
That I think for
it doesn't say that, but I like that.
I like that. Okay.
I know yours.
Let me think about it.
Okay, I'll go ahead then.
I need to
so we had we'll start the season off 3-0 intramural football, and we get to the biggest game of the year right before playoffs are about to start. Never ran this play in practice. Never ran this play in a game. John Hill huddles us up and goes, "Hey, we're gonna score a touchdown on this play." Calls a tunnel screen. At the end of the day, ball snapped. The ball ends up in the end zone, just in the team of the other hands and the other end zone. After, oh gosh, it was
a packed house. I mean, it was the first play. There might have been more people at that intramural game than any UTC football game.
I would not be surprised. There was a lot of people.
There were so many people there. I mean, it was ridiculous. Yeah, I don't want to talk about that because
it hurts.
I'm still not at peace with it. We ended up losing that game by 2 points.
And we got cheated by the refs, so
that's for a different day. But yeah, we did. It was ridiculous. I'm gonna say Holden's most embarrassing moment. We were doing a philanthropy. We weren't running the event, but we came to this specific event. It was for a sorority philanthropy type deal. And we had the honor of being able to perform a One Direction song up on stage.
I thought you were going with the roller skate one.
No.
That would have been
that one was unfortunate, but we're gonna stick with this one where we are up on stage. So we had the honor of singing a One Direction song, and I'm a big One Direction fan. You know, always have been. I encourage the viewers to hop on that train because that train is never gonna leave the station. I'll just tell you that right now. And Holden, he wasn't as big a One Direction fan.
They've grown on me a little bit.
They're growing, but he at the time absolutely not. So we're up on stage. I'm killing it. I mean, I'm rocking it. I know every word of the song. And then Holden comes up. It's Holden's turn. He does not know a single word to the entire song. Made us look really, really unfortunate up there. And it was one of those things where he kind of knew every other word, so he would kind of just try to mesh some words together.
I would emphasize the words that I knew.
Yes, and so that it would ultimately not end up being the correct product, but we put a product out there.
We got third.
We did get third.
And we played it 5 minutes before we had to go up there.
That is true. But yeah, definitely one of Holden's more embarrassing moments, I would say.
A lot of cute girls there.
A lot of
too,
cute girls there.
It
And
was,
yeah, it was not.
I'll post the video for y'all because I feel like y'all would want to see that. I don't really care. It's fine. Like, it happened. But other than that, that's about all of our questions for today. It's been good. We told y'all. You didn't believe us, did you? No.
I don't think they
We're
did.
here. I really don't
We're
think
back
y'all did.
2 a week.
Every week. All right, boys. We'll catch y'all on the other side. We'll see y'all tomorrow. Tighten up tonight. Get rowdy, two-tone.
And potential special guest on the next episode.
Ooh.
Stay tuned for that. Stay tuned. Tighten up.
It's still recording.